Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be working towards wrapping up the Heavensward patch content and paving our way for getting into Stormblood. If you haven't done so already, like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Twitch, link is in the description. Similarly, go follow me on Twitch, where you can hit the notification bell so that you're apprised of when I go live, because it is always better live. In the meantime, I will do a quick run around and talk to everyone, because you know that's part of what I do. I guess I was just so caught up in thinking about, well, everything that I dozed off for a moment. Oh, she seems distracted. My word, Myrokos, I must confess that to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. So Alphano, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam, you haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But Riol, he's not having it. Won't even let old Alfie finish. Okay, catching him up. And there I was, worried about how to brief Papalimo on the many momentous events which we have borne witness to in recent memory. Little did I know I need only leave Hori to it. Yeah. I've been thinking, Myrokos, when time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alize. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child. I wonder if that's going to go somewhere. In that moment she departed this realm for the first, I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments, she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So I will too, Myrokos. I will. One moment. Sorry, I just had to step away to deal with something for a moment. I told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, so powerless. It is not as though I do enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isildar around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Alianne has been looking after him ever since. Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. What mess? But I have a precious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. Ha 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 ha. Believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even with the four of us. Okay. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. Huh. That does sound like something that Zaroon would say. In case you're wondering, I've been dabbling in Red Mage, and I just completed that questline before I started streaming. Let's see, do I want to be on Monk for this? Or, nah, I've done in Black Mage, let's stick to Black Mage. Tidings from Girabania. Tataru has a request for you. Uh-oh. What does she want? Ah, Myrokos, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Why do you want to meet me there? You're familiar with Arena's House of Splendors, aren't you? Meet me at the Diamond Forge, and I'll be along shortly. Huh. Whatever could this be? Okay. Yeah. I still need to work on my crafting. See, this looks like this is it. Okay, so this is where you turn in the... so if you wanted to get the level, item level 90 gear, this is where you swap these in. Okay, there's that. While I'm here, let's get this over with. Another small interruption. I do apologize for that. Today seems to be the day for interruptions, so we'll see how long I can get through this. If this happens to be short, then that's the way it goes. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Why? What's going on? What are they doing? Right, everyone, ready to go to work? What work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. What's happening? What? Hmm? What happened? What's going on? What did they do? There. All finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe. What? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Myrokos. All in good time. Oh no, what's going on? Aha! Found you! Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. By the way, let me know in the comments, or if you're watching this live in chat, if you want me to do the next expansion on a different job.
Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
True.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Help with what? What's happening? Who's this?
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her!
Nago.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich, and encourage him to send an envoy.
Will do.
To Taru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
And I guess Papalima and Ida
I
stay
suspect
here.
the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
Not more foreshadowing. Not liking where this is going. Is something gonna
'Twas
happen
Master
to me?
Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
wonder what Isildar would have to say about our wounded visitor. His own injuries yet keep him abed, and I miss savoring a cup of tea alongside his usual observations. We have some training in the healing arts, so we shall take turns with Mistress Kyle in caring for her patient. Algar in particular seems rather eager to learn from the experience. Mistress Kyle and Arcanistella are truly exceptional healers, and 'twas an honor to witness their ministrations firsthand. If only I could tend to my brother's battle hurts with such proficiency. I have much study yet ahead of me. Even when casting the same incantation, the mastery of each practitioner greatly affects the efficacy of the spell, a principle that was aptly demonstrated to our two young mages here. That was Autumn just trying to, hey, pay attention to me. Okay. I believe she said her name was Minago. Her cause appeared to have been genuine, but I must confess to feeling no small degree of trepidation, even as I stepped aside. We were all surprised by our sudden visitor. Hori was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Mikote posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. But that didn't mean he wasn't alert for some manner of trap. Ah yes, mayhap the Elder is in the finer man after all. Okay. Tataru and Kryl took that resistance fighter to more private chambers that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she? That she was. Sorry to butt in. After conferring with Ishtola, we have decided to focus our attentions on the East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the Sylphs. Yeah, the Brussels sprout people will be upset. I hate leaving Nago like this, but I know Kryl and Tataru will take good care of her. Oh, she really does care about that new content. Okay, well, off to Ishgard. Though our principal foe lies defeated, we shall continue to keep order inside the walls and protect the citizenry. In that much, at least, the duties of the Temple Knights remains unchanged. Okay, so he's still talking about the aftermath of the political shakeup, which is fair. Don't step on the keyboard. Sorry about that. My cat decided to, decided to try stepping on the keyboard to get it. Lucia. Greetings, warrior of light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Amaric. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. Yeah, 'cause we still have to finish our dinner. That was interrupted. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Oh? Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handalup that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Myrokos, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. An envoy for Ishgard. Lucia seems eager to set forth for Gridania. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Retaking our place in the Eorzean Alliance is a vital step in reforging the bonds our bonds with the wider realm. The Temple Knights stand ready to honor the promise our nation has made. Good. Oh, not another. You are perhaps wondering who will represent Ishgard at the council. As this is a military matter, I should not be surprised if Sir Amaric is nominated himself. He is yet Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, after all. Yeah, he seems to be the best qualified person, and he also was the one who spoke with the Alliance leadership at the end of 3.0. So yeah. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry on the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Yeah, no worries. I am glad that Sir Amaric's counterpart saw the wisdom in his coming. Few, if any, in Ishgard can claim to possess his expertise in both politics and warfare. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Myrokos? You may see a familiar face. Oh, who could it be? Manolane? Oh no. Okay. Myrokos, old boy. How wonderful to see you, and Sir Amaric too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honora. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes naturally to, as naturally as breathing to to an Imperial. Probably meant to say Garlean, but of course Lucia's Garlean, so yeah. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? Honestly, yes. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Oh God. Nope. No, I'm not gonna cry. Nope. Nope. No. That's all a Manolane. I'll leave that to him. Yet we can but play the hand we were dealt. And with a little help from the veterans and Honora's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Gridania. Yes, over here. Let's see, Superguard. I bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. Yeah, I've also been through here more than a few times. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Balzar's wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short malms away. Has he been here before? Just an open question. Because I don't recall, this is the first time I've seen Emmerich in Gridania. But, you never know. Okay. Diplomatic duties have brought me here. Of course he's been here. I've been here on several occasions. But I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. An allied decision. Sir Emmerich is ready to attend the council. It seems that we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand, a pleasant pace to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Oh, I don't get to walk with them? Okay. Oh, fine, I'll just use the Aetheryte. The envoy from Ishgard is arrived. Very good. This way if you play... Ah, the Leminson party as well. Oh, we're not the last to arrive. Oh, and Yugiri. Oh, nice. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, a pleasure, always a pleasure. And Myrokos, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Yes, Yugiri, Master Myrokos. I was glad to hear from you all that the missing scions have now been found. Yep. There is much more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good, you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Amaric. Master Alphino, a pleasure as always, and Mistress Alizé. How wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Myrokos for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. Oh, you're welcome. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Ah, yeah, up, sneaky Yugiri standing by the tree there. Forgive me, my lord, I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. A force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to attempt us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Amaric. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? Yes, because politics is the art about using a great many words to say very little, if anything, at all. That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Stall, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papalemo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Balzar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Even now, I am astonished by how closely Mistress Alize resembles Master Alphino. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other, until they opened their mouths, of course. Welcome back, Myrokos. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Oh boy. Griffin on the wall. Alize seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other scions. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Ah, you are returned from the council, but what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? My apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru's keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing with sufficient rest. I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial Cup between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot be serious. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Balzar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alameda, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What have you Livy, yours? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Myrokos? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? We'll leave Alizé to do the paperwork. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. Last minute to talk to everyone before we leave. Okay. I suspect Tatar would have little trouble facilitating communication between our forces under normal circumstances, but I can see that I see she has her hands full nursing that Resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. Tatar and Kryl to this. It's possible that the others here they haven't moved, so yeah, it doesn't look like they've got any new dialogue. I'm no ninja, but I did spend some few moons in the Charlean homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Yugiri and my humble self, Ida and Papalima will be well protected. My fellow shinobi require little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlemald once more. I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the Resistance a little, but I am confident that I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to meddling at the very least. All I am saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffin's fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? Why is she so bloodthirsty? She's never been like that before. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Balezar's Wall, and I should be interested to speak with the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Yeah, they haven't, their dialogue hasn't changed. Just a thought. Yeah. Talk to everyone. Now go to Hawthorne Hut. Ah, Myrokos, there you are. Come, a Marisai's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have the need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papa Limo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let us be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Hilda? I think I've seen her before. Oh yeah, Hilda. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. Pippin! Not the fool of a took. Hilda, yeah. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. If memory serves, I haven't seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Of course. Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall, a full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. What? That's not good. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then entice a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. But that's not going to help either. I mean, all that's doing is spreading the chaos. That's not actually helping Alamigo. Because the Imperial forces would be quick to put out any hint of rebellion. And then they're dealing with a massive assault. And then they're free to unleash all of their forces on Eorzea. That's literally... this is... yeah. The Griffin's not thinking. Myrokos, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo, and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Why does that sound like ill-bred person? Sir, as per Marshal Tarpen's orders, we will provide a feint to cover your advance. May the crystal light your way forward. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Alright, and queue up. finally. Without further ado, let's go in. Out of curiosity, I'm not gonna get any, well, they'll get bonus poetics. I won't get any because I'm capped. Let me... Oh, these are new. War macking knives I've seen. Never seen the darlings field anything like this before. Why do these things like me so much? Slashers? What the heck? Mechanical spiders? I hate spiders. Or can do a second flower. Yeah, another one I can pop. What's that? That needle burst thing did hurt. More mechanical spiders. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah! How'd you like this? Sloppy.
Sloppy.
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah.
Sloppy.
For Alamigo! I have you now.
Yeah! How'd you like this?
Yeah!
I hate being stunned like
Sloppy. Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! Sloppy.
I should not have popped flare there, but
Yeah!
that's what I could do with what I had.
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah.
Sloppy.
For Alamigo! I have you now.
Yeah!
Oops, that's that. But we didn't kill him. Ooh. No, Brad, you deserve to die. Oh, nothing to say. Ooh.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Now what are you on to? You're insane.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo.
Laurentius,
For
oh
Eorzea.
my goodness, that guy.
They die that others may live.
Oh, you.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run! We're cut off!
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now! Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Oh.
Nidhogg's eyes! No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood.
Probably because they're smart.
You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! Ah!
Well, he's dead. But was it really a good thing? That noise. Oh no. No, not a summon. No.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tiptimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works! It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go! The further away, the better!
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Trust in Papalimo and leave on the airship. Stay at Papalimo's side. No, no, I can't leave him. No.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Yeah. How many more must we lose? I understand only too well the desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter. It has been explained to me what that light represents, and I have ordered our forces to stand ready. It seems we can do little else but wait. Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clouds churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale, so how did that bastard manage to get his hands on Nidhogg's eyes? Asine gave it to him. Papalimo knew what he was doing. I could not refuse him. What the? Well, that's a way to get immersive. Wow. That is really in the sky. Huh. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalimo is my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know. There's nothing more you could have done. Ilberd caught us all off guard. Even Myrokos was powerless to stop him. Yeah. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalino strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. It's over, Papalino. It's all over. Leave her be. Nothing you can say will console her now. Those three have nothing to say. It is plain that recent events have shaken Alphino to the core. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Ishtola and the others of our imminent return. Come on. Yeah, that foreshadowing was so real. There was not much else we could. Damn. Why do we always lose the characters we like? He was one of the few Lalafell we actually cared about. Why does everyone look so grim? Has something happened? Say something, for heaven's sake. So they're all still there. Tataru. It's awful. Twould seem that you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary. Ill-bred. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. by the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalima was aware. Thus did the pupil fall in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilbred came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. Well, technically, Louisoix kind of became a primal in essence. So, is it possible that Papalimo could have become the same sort of thing? In the depths of the Sea of Clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Cryo, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I cannot promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. What, without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Archonshola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Alisaie, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbred's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. My own grief is as a crushing weight upon my heart, and when I think of what Ida must be feeling, Papalimo's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We will find the means to deal with this primal. All I want to do is weep, but right now we need to hold back the tears and do what must be done. When Ida returns, I shall see that she sits down to her favorite dish. When you feel empty inside, it is easy to forget that your belly needs to be filled. Sacrificing oneself for one's duty. Such actions remind me of the warriors of Doma, of the samurai and shinobi who died for our cause. They told us what happened with Papa Limo, and forgive me, there are simply no words. Colton greatly admired Papa Limo and aspired to achieve the same lofty heights of magecraft. His loss was a terrible blow to the Scions. As much as we wish it were different, there is a limit to what our healing can accomplish. Even the most powerful magics can do naught for a grieving heart. I have a long road ahead before I match the Archons in skill and experience, but we must all do our part in times like these. Surely this is something I can do to help. My brother may wrap himself in steel, but he is a man of tender heart. Witness his concern for the pain his dear friend endures. Yeah. True enough. Is anyone else here to talk to? Apparently not. Let's see, it's coming up on my dinner time now. I think I'll give it a pause here and I'll give it a pause here. Pay respects to Papa Limo, F's in chat and in comments for Papa Limo, and next time we will pick up with the rest of the 3.5 MSQ. Until then, see you anon, friends.